wouldn't think that the Invisible Man would work right now. You know?
Well, I think like the way that they've done it previously is always that like the Invisible Man was somebody that was trying to help create that thing to be invisible.
I like,
and then he goes crazy and
it
starts
wasn't
doing
called
crazy
Invisible
shit.
Man, but there was one with Kevin Bacon on it.
That was
I don't know.
Invisible Man.
It was called Invisible
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that was.
I liked it, but then again, I saw it when I was like 10. So I
No,
don't know.
it definitely when you watch that movie, it's like super like early 2000s.
I was like
90s,
10,
like
and I remember
cheesy.
like, oh shit. I remember I liked it because there was a titty in it.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy. The Invisible Man with Kevin Bacon.
Was it called The Invisible Man?
I think it was called The Invisible Man.
With Kevin Bacon.
I haven't.
He's like a
seen it.
scientist.
It was like
too,
an-
right?
yeah,
Oh, is
all
that
science
he like
is,
sneaks
yeah.
into some girl's room and he's like hiding by her mirror and shit because she's like fucking like
Something like
I
that.
have seen that.
Just so the audience can see her tits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is a great
Sex
reason.
sells.
Which is a great
Dude.
fucking
Sex
reason.
sells. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing
Kid
with scary
me.
movies. Like they all have like that's why I watched them when I was 16.
titty
You
drop?
know? Yeah, I just wanted to
dude,
see the
fucking
fucking titties.
the best part of the fucking
Every
the
Hellraiser
fucking
movie. Titty.
Leatherface.
Leatherface.
Texas Chainsaw?
Texas
Did it
Chainsaw,
have
the
titties
one
in
with
it?
Jessica Biel in it.
Oh yeah.
It didn't have
yeah.
titties
Oh,
on
yeah.
it,
What?
but that was the part where she's running and her shirt's like all see through and shit.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man.
Dude,
That was awesome.
That's all the only reason why I watched horror. Like I was scared. I
Yeah, he
still
hates horror
am
movies.
scared. No, I have a love-hate relationship with like I love horror. But I think
Right.
they're interesting. I'm just a giant bitch. so
Yes.
I literally won't watch them in the
One
theaters
time, I don't know
because
what
will
we
watch
were
them like this.
watching.
I will watch them with my eyes over or my hands over my eyes.
Oh,
I don't know what we
way.
were watching.
And watch them.
I didn't know
And,
that was a real thing.
it
like,
is.
People
Yeah,
actually do
he
that.
does. He
Holy
I think I
shit.
do it though. There is a reason I do. I have ADD, and most kids with ADD have a heightened hearing sense,
Oh,
and so I
shit.
know that like things in general that are high pitched noises tend to bother me, and I think it's more that. Plus, I'm scared.
Right.
So
So,
the
it's
combination-
So it's both of those
and-
things.
Yes.
It's like, oh no.
Sense.
One time,
Yes.
I don't know what we were watching, but
Science.
there was a trailer for a horror movie. I feel like he almost walked out of the theater.
No,
Swear.
I was.
I don't remember what it was, but you're like, oh fuck no, and it was just a trailer.
I get into scare. I do like them, and they do scare the shit out of me.
That's
But-
probably like why horror, like nude fetish, is such a thing now because
Right.
everyone grew up on that same kick.
Because
It's
of
like,
Hellraiser.
if I want to
think.
see a titty,
You
I
know?
gotta watch a horror movie, and then it just some weird brain thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're scared, and then all of a sudden, there's titties.
Why am I scared and
You know,
horny?
there's titties or this guy with the fucking that's all cut up and shit. You know, and it's like okay.
Well, wasn't the original
Make a
like
note.
the whole thing with like horror, especially back in like the 50s and stuff, is that like everything's fine and you're like in a moment that you feel like you can be secure, but then you're not because they're gonna get you.
Right.
And like that, I think just carried on throughout the whole. But we should do the intro before we get on.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Completely Useless Podcast. The world's on fire.
No,
You know, coronavirus is killing everyone,
Just
apparently.
people are
Tom Brady's not in the
quarantined.
Patriots anymore. Nothing makes sense. But we're here for you.
That fool's old though.
We're here for you. He's still great.
yeah,
he's
but
still-
so was Brett Favre, and that fool.
No,
was,
Brett Favre has nothing on fucking Tom Brady. Tom Brady is, a lot of people, most people consider him the best quarterback
Whoa,
in history.
yo, you're pounding
Alright.
the table. You're
Well,
like,
maybe I feel very passionate about this stuff.
all
All
right.
right, I don't like
I
football
think
that
you-
much, but he is.
I think you like Tom Brady.
He's
a little
still.
too much.
He's. I don't like him. I mean, I've never met him personally. I don't think like we could hang out. You know, I think he would annoy me.
He had like a whole
But-
thing where he was like kissing his sons and shit.
Oh yeah, he kisses his sons on the lips.
Yeah, some people. So did Kobe Bryant. Nobody complained
Pablo's
about
like,
that.
no one kisses me on the lips. I would love to
Uh,
hang out with
a
him.
lot
and
of
his
people.
family
A
for
lot of
weekend.
people kiss me on the
I want
lips.
a Brady
Okay.
kiss.
I want my dad to
Shit.
kiss me on the lips.
Dude, I fucking every time I go to bars, I kiss at least 3 guys from the lips. Okay, so
Alright, well, that's Pablo.
During this virus scare.
not right now. I'm not going anywhere. Bars are closed. But today we have very special guests with us. I'm very excited to have them here. We have Ivan and Eden from Sangre Films,
Hello.
and I was very fortunate to work with them like a month back.
Yeah, we just watched your thing.
We just watched a rough cut of it,
What'd you think?
which I
thought
enjoyed
was sick.
it.
I thought it was
enjoyed
cool. I
a
think
lot.
like the scenes, especially like the opening scenes and the way you see Pablo's face and stuff, it was dope. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was
Yeah.
great. The title, the opening title
Right.
with the hand
we were really
and
excited
everything
about that.
Yeah, that
was
dope.
dope.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
so hard. It
Came
had
out
like
really
an 80s
cool.
vibe to it.
Yeah, that's
and they
what
just
Dude,
went with the
yes.
it
whole
kind of just
theme of
happened.
it.
We didn't really
Fuck yeah.
plan for that. It just
Yeah?
came out that
That
way.
was,
yeah.
That's awesome.
What the neon color? The neon color. It was like all right, bright pink.
Yeah,
Photoshop
yeah,
that,
the hand,
and we were dabbling
the
on
yeah, with the thing.
the
Fucking
handprint in
great.
Photoshop because that's Eden's handprint. and
that's sick.
we just
we
dropped
got your
it.
fucking fingerprints now.
And that's
Now
his
we can
direct-
steal all
your
his
shit.
money.
directorial, and the way he fucking imprints his as a director is a handprint in every film, dude.
The
That's gonna be an
handprint in
Easter
every
egg.
film. That should
I
be
gotta do
the
that now.
That's an Easter.
that should be
egg,
the
yeah.
Sangre films.
That would be, now you're right.
logo,
That,
the
that
hand.
would make sense.
The
Missing
hand,
a finger.
missing a
Missing a
finger
finger.
because that's the first film, right?
Mhm.
Missing a finger, and Sangre films on fucking
Bam.
they're green like that.
Hell yeah.
Damn, we just came up with the logo for your shit too.
Look at that.
Fucking
Royal-
we're on
Infant
fire.
Royalties now.
Hell yeah,
Development.
yeah, hell yeah.
Is that your plan all along, Pablo?
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna be in their shit and then make their
Yeah, that's
their
why
logo?
when we rehearsed the first time, try to give them as many ideas as they could.
Dude, he was full of ideas.
Now
Yeah,
you're
we did. That was a really good session because we kind of
Yeah.
threw out
Yeah,
everything
I feel
out
like you
there
and I were vibing really good.
Yeah,
dude.
everything
guys
came out
were.
well. It was pretty exciting. That's for sure. It was fun.
Creative lovemaking. That was
for sure.
as an
sure.
outsider, I was like, oh fuck.
And granted, that's not even the final. There's still gonna be like narration, a little bit of it
Right.
from the stranger, as we call it.
How are you guys
Character.
gonna release it? Just online?
Yeah, I think so. Just probably put it up on YouTube, social media stuff, and then just kind of try to get people to watch it. It's pretty
Yeah,
short,
fuck
so
it.
it's nothing.
Yeah, it's a
crazy,
short
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
but it's
That's what
it was
people are
just
into
fun.
now. There's a new service that's coming out. I don't know if it came out already, but it's like their whole thing is like the
Like short
episodes are
films?
short.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called Quibi or some shit.
Oh yeah,
I
Quibi.
keep
I've been
seeing
seeing.
ads
I've
for
seen
that.
the ads
I've
for it. I
seen
haven't
ads
looked
and
at
it's
The
them.
like-
name sounds familiar.
It's a catchy name.
I'll be back
We'll
in a
see though.
Quibi. I
Streaming
keep seeing shit
services,
like
like
that.
when they really
That sounds like
start
something
up-
British people would say, right? Or Australians.
Yeah.
Are you just thinking of
Let me get a
Quidditch?
Quibi.
A Quibi.
Yeah.
How long are we staying? Just a Quibi.
Yeah.
You know? Just
a quick
Quibi.
blowjob.
I don't want. I want to get home. It's a quick blowjob. It does sound a little bit sexual.
Babe,
huh?
can I get a
Yeah.
Quibi? All
Hey,
right.
let's go in the bathroom and have a Quibi real quick.
But we have to get to the wedding. That's why we're doing a Quibi.
That's why it's a Quibi. Dude.
Oh, what
That's
is
we're
it?
just using the church bathroom right now.
Episode 27, the Comic Con, the Coochie Coochie, or what was that?
What?
I was just listening to
Coochie Coochie?
one of your
Coochie Kopi.
Coochie
Kopi.
That does sound
Yeah.
sexual too,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah,
from
we
Bob's
talked about
Burgers.
that.
Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
Because
that's-
what
I
about
bought,
Coochie Kopi?
I bought a Coochie Kopi.
Yeah, he's
at
like,
LA
yeah, that
Comic-Con.
sounds like a Spanish
Yeah,
innuendo.
actual-
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
you, right,
yeah.
Pablo? I was like
It wasn't a
laughing
hard
on my way to
one,
work.
it's
I was like,
actually squishy.
fuck, dude.
So
Yeah,
you could
it
actually,
does.
like, I would actually grab it and like
Oh,
squish it all the
fuck.
way down, and it inflates itself back up. It's kind of cool.
That's cool.
That
Yeah,
is dope.
it's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and that's a good episode too. That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Dude, it was entertaining. I was telling Eden.
Oh, well, thank you for listening. That's
Thank you
fucking-
for listening.
Yeah.
Well, no one tells us that kind of stuff, so
Oh, no
it's like
shit.
good.
Well, no one tells you that.
Oh, yeah, no one tells me. I don't get encouraged.
People actually tell me.
Yeah, Pablo has real friends, and I just talk to myself.
Into a microphone.
Yeah.
It's self.
He doesn't put those out though. Those are just like his diary.
Yeah.
He's not that good at writing.
Captain's log.
Damn.
I masturbated again to the sounds of my tears.
How loud are your tears?
Very. They're giant glops. That's gross. I don't know. So this is your guys' first what's the plan?
Project?
More films?
Project. Our first
Project,
project. Ivan and I are in a band, which we also wanted to plug.
Oh, you're in a
Visiodrome.
band too?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah, I
bassist.
play bass.
He's our
Oh,
bassist.
sick.
Cool.
So it's a heavy metal band, kind of like thrash, death metal, punk style.
Dope.
And we've been playing music for a really long time together since like
Dope.
Fucking
I don't know, almost 10 years now?
teenagers, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
a long time.
Oh shit.
So then we're both into film, and he's getting into videography, wants to get into acting, and we kind of, it was kind of fate because he brought it up to me, like let's work on some projects. You know, you write them and we'll shoot them. And I had just been heavily thinking about returning to writing scripts because I had done that, and out of sadness that all the projects I tried at failed, I kind of just stopped doing it. And so when he brought it up to me, I was like, oh shit, dude, I was just thinking about
You were
getting
just
back
ready to
into
jump
that.
on it,
Yeah,
right?
so it kind of pushed me to just start doing it. And I already wrote another script that we're already starting to work on. So we're just going to continue working on projects.
Fuck
Make it
yeah, that's dope.
Have fun and make smart.
Yeah, I like that. You guys are continuing to work, doing more shit. There's a lot more independent stuff going on out there.
Yeah, it's just
I don't know if you guys are fans, and maybe not, and I totally get it if you're not, because it's kind of a trashy show. But that show Riverdale, that people are into now,
I
it's
haven't seen
a
it.
horror adaptation of
Archie.
Archie
I've seen
comics.
some of
which
that
that.
is
is
a
good,
cool
but
concept.
It's a cool
you know?
concept.
Like the
They
concept.
take
Yeah.
it a little far
It's just
because
like-
it's on like main network TV.
Yeah, if it was like on
CW.
AMC or something like that, I would definitely watch it and see what they
it
did
would be a
with
little
that, you know?
bit, I think,
Yeah.
better.
But it's in like,
It's
what
not a-
channel is it on?
It's on the CW on Channel 5. I'm not a bad,
CW.
like, I do like it. I've been watching since the beginning, and even the executive producers from that show did another show on Netflix, the Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the comic book
Right.
adaptation.
Oh, shit.
And they even, like, mention each other. They haven't done a crossover episode yet, but I'm waiting for it. But they've done a few. They even have, like, a Nancy Drew show, so they're reviving these older stories and
That is
turning them
awesome.
into, like, more dramatic. There's even, and my point is that there's I forget what they're called, but there's a group on YouTube, and they did I think it's a movie called Mystery Inc., which is the name of the company that Scooby Doo, like, their group was called.
Oh, shit.
So
Yeah.
Right.
they did like a version of that, and that was independently
That's
done,
cool.
independently financed through. I think they did like a Indiegogo or
Yeah, the
Yeah.
like a
GoFundMe.
crowdfunding
GoFundMe, shit
kind
like
of
that.
thing. And they financed the whole thing themselves, and I thought that was really fucking cool that they're putting out like a lot of content. I followed their page, and like they're putting out Q&As, and like they covered the old song from the movie, and they did a lot of really cool shit. So it's cool to see like you guys out there doing independent shit and getting out there doing your thing.
Yeah.
So you guys need to go hard at this shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
we
point.
are.
I think that's what he's trying to
Basically
say.
all out. We are
Yeah.
trying to,
Resource
get gear and
collection.
right. And the person
yeah.
we're working with on the next film, she's a very talented actor, and she's done stage plays and
Fuck
other
yeah.
short
Hell
films,
yeah.
and she's got a meaty role. Like, I kind of wrote it for her.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, I gave her some scenes to chop up.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Chew the scenery.
Right.
In a way, to kind of give her something heavy to work with.
So you guys are gonna focus on horror?
No, it's not really horror.
It's not exclusive. It's
No,
just-
not exclusive at all. I think it's just the supernatural aspect that I'm
Okay.
Big
interested
fan.
in.
Mhm.
It's not really about
I'm
horror.
gonna write a
Yeah.
script about Bigfoot, and if you guys
Dude,
like
we
it,
can
let's
sacrifice
make it.
Pablo in here. See, like,
Let's
I'm
make
down.
it.
Like,
Let's- I'm really gonna write something about Bigfoot.
of course, he's
And,
obsessed.
and Frank
dog.
can play
Bigfoot's
Bigfoot.
tight.
That's what-
I like
I'm
the-
down.
I like
I'll
the-
play Bigfoot.
I like the whole
I'm in.
cryptid.
That's
Yeah, the whole
The whole
cryptid.
cryptid thing is awesome.
Dude,
I'm
do a
into that
bunch of
heavily.
fucking-
I'm heavily into it.
Bunch of fucking things about different
Wait.
cryptids.
What?
Cryptozoology.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You know what cryptozoology is?
I think you've mentioned it before.
I've explained this to you like 50 times.
Probably. Is it the
It's this
explanation?
it's
Do
this
it again
study.
for the
It's
fans,
this
Pablo.
study. It is like. It is kind of dumb to me sometimes. It's like, how can you claim to be an expert of something that you can't even prove
Yeah.
is real?
I love
Like,
that.
the
like,
chupacabras.
like,
You
come on,
make it
like-
only
like-
this big.
Yeah, exactly. you
Your
know?
shit's way bigger than
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. Like, how
No.
can you claim to be an expert?
And
How do you
something
co-
that isn't real.
Some
or
of those
like,
people call
yeah.
themselves doctors, you know?
Oh,
It's
that's
like,
fucking
no,
funny.
no, you're not. You just,
You just make
like, I'm not saying your shit's not real, but if you can't prove it, you can't
Yeah.
invent a whole science for it. But that's what it is.
But that,
But apparently you
It's like
can.
biology, but for
Like-
those animals.
and like
you
this
know?
is why I want to get like a ghost hunter in here, because I don't believe in ghosts. Not zero. I
Really?
think people they make up stories. I think people like I went to a psychic show recently.
Nice.
From like I was invited by a family member that really knew this psychic, and they even introduced it. And she was really nice. And I don't believe that she's putting people on. Like I don't think she's trying to like get their money or anything.
Right.
But I'm sitting here just watching
people pay
all
money
the
to go to that
people-
show?
Yeah, they paid money.
She's trying to get
And-
people's money.
You know what I mean? Though I don't think
She'd be
she's
doing
like,
it for free. If, if it was just a gift,
Bro,
if she had a
bro.
divine
Right.
gift, she'd be
I
doing
mean, I
that shit
guess-
for free.
But like
You know?
I don't know. I'm trying to say like I'm trying to be nice because I don't. I
Just
she was very
say
nice.
she's a
So-
hacker. Right? That's
Yeah,
what you're trying to
she's
say.
totally.
That's what you're trying to fucking say right now.
So, but no, just everybody in the room was so like forward about like she's like, did somebody know anyone that killed themselves? Oh, my Uncle Jack. My Uncle Jack.
because
he passed
odds
through, fucking
are there
killed
is going to be
himself, but,
someone
like,
in the room.
I know that that's
You
what
know,
I'm
like-
getting at. Like it just the people
They're,
that
like,
go to these
fishing.
things are like so.
They want to hear that. That's the thing.
They like almost
Yeah.
needed to. The one girl that was in the audience, she's like, "Last time I saw you, you told me I had powers. What do I do about?" Like she paid so that she can ask this lady a question about something this lady made up about her.
Some
like,
people
and it
are
was
bored
like-
with their lives.
And that's
Life is boring, dude.
Yeah. Well, not now. It's
That's
getting
why-
really
That's
exciting.
It brings
Where
me
have you
great
been the
joy.
last 2 weeks, dude? It's
but
been
that's why I
wild.
want to get like a.
I've been getting my
Sports
PhD in
got canceled.
cryptozoology, dude.
That's why I want to get like a ghost hunter. I want to get like some science. I want to understand like the tools they use. Like I've seen that
Yeah.
thing where they have like
Like a thorough explanation.
Yeah, I
Right,
just want to
right.
do that, and then take me ghost hunting so I can prove your ass wrong.
but like
you know
a
what I mean?
professional.
Oh, you want to prove him?
Dude.
No, I'm not gonna change their
Dude,
mind.
you're
As
such
an
a you're such
observer.
a Frank. You're such a scaredy cat that just being there, you're
Yeah,
gonna
no, I'll
be.
do that
that's
shit
right.
myself.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
scared.
I'm
You're gonna be
literally-
scared. Like if they take you to like an abandoned building and at 3 a.m, you're gonna be scared, Frank.
I'm more scared of being by myself in there, so it's not even like I'm gonna like go and explore.
No, but once you're there,
oh,
like once you're there, you're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck,
yeah.
and the little noise is gonna be like,
oh, for sure.
maybe you're
I'm-
gonna be, you're
I'm
gonna come
be
out like
talking-
maybe that was a ghost.
I'm gonna be
Honestly,
talking mad shit going in, and then a mouse is gonna run by my feet, and I'm gonna scream like a
Yeah.
little fucking girl, and then all my credibility.
and then they're gonna tell you, oh, a little girl died.
yeah,
and she used to,
exactly.
and she used to
No,
like
but, like,
to.
I
She used to
watched-
like to trip people.
Yeah,
That's how you felt that, and you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, that's what it was."
No.
She's-
But like they have like that machine that like it sends a bunch of radio frequencies out, and like supposedly the ghosts can exist or their voice can
Right. Pick
project
it up.
that
Right,
yeah.
right.
And then,
Yeah.
like I'm like, how do you know that wasn't something just a signal from something else or like I don't know. It just
I don't watch those shows. I'm not into that
Yeah.
stuff. But just to play devil's advocate here, like,
Sure.
isn't it because they actually hear words and shit like that? Like that's how they know.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's like
Sometimes it sounds-
But sometimes it's like, why would it sound like it's saying, meatball or whatever? You know, like-
I think
yeah, like but like
but
it
it's-
sounds like something. So it's like, oh,
You died choking on a
but that's
meatball.
why I
Yeah,
wanna
exactly.
go for real because like I mean it's TV, dude. They can do anything they fucking want on TV.
oh for sure.
Yeah.
You know. So I need
I'm
to know
pretty sure they
if
have
anything
tricks
happened.
to make you think that. If
Also,
you-
I'm not getting naked. I'm just.
It's that meme where it's like, "Yo, demon, it's me, your boy."
It's me,
He
yeah.
actually
I
says
love
that.
That would be dope.
There's
I would
one
go
with
more
the
into
guy,
that.
and there's another one with the cat, which I prefer. That shit's really funny.
The
He's
cat?
wearing little sunglasses.
The cool
Make
me try to
meme
find it.
sunglasses.
What's happening?
Have you
I'm
guys
pretty sure
heard
I
of
saved
like
it on my
haunted
phone.
places in Pomona?
I don't know.
No, I've been trying to look like
I mean,
there's
I've
anything like
randomly
that?
I've heard of the cemetery spot.
Eden's building is probably haunted actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That building
Because it's
might
like
be
an old
haunted.
building.
It's like the
It's over
oldest
100 years
old,
old.
Oh,
the
for
oldest
sure.
fucking building in Pomona.
pretty
For
old.
sure. Well, they
It's
say,
cool though. I like it.
Like I don't know about
It's cool.
Pomona. I know
It
like
is a cool
supposedly
building.
Pasadena used to have like a plantation there. I think
No
it was
shit.
the only
Oh,
plantation
yeah.
on the West Coast.
It was pretty much
That's why they're
Candyland.
so
dude.
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
rich now, dude. All
Yeah,
that
that's
old
why,
money.
that's why
Oh, yeah.
everyone that's been living there for a
Mandingo
long
fights.
time, they're racist as shit.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
what I.
Pasadena's so racist.
No, there's a ton of Mexicans in Pasadena.
Yeah, there's like fucking gangs. I thought that
Yeah,
was super
baby.
crazy when I
No,
heard
there's-
about
no,
that.
dude, but
There's
like
violence
there's
there.
nice part.
That's
It's
no
like
way.
it's
Isn't
like
it
Pomona,
weird?
where it's
Yeah.
like
I
those
thought it was
nice
so-
parts.
super weird too.
Yeah.
You know that it kind of
Philly
it's like
Ranch.
weird because it goes to like a
That's
really
my
nice part.
I feel like my apartment building is directly on a corner where it splits off into a really nice historic district, and I can look out my window and
Yeah.
look at Stater Brothers and see the
It's shit.
bums
right?
doing
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
junky stuff in the corner.
Yeah.
Even that hotel they renovated, where they
Oh
got rid
man,
of all the
yeah,
prostitution.
right there on the corner.
Oh,
Gary-
dude, there's prostitutes everywhere there.
Oh, dude, it was
I
bad.
accidentally
Way
almost picked
worse
up a
before.
prostitute
Shut
by
up.
parking.
He was gonna
No
pick up.
way.
No,
but
I
then he
was doing
bitched
Lyft
out.
driving.
The
left.
ghost
I was-
prostitute, dude.
I was Lyft driving and like I was driving around and I had just dropped somebody off and I wanted to like I don't like to like stay there where I drop. I like to move a little bit and I was like, oh, there's a spot that just opened up and I go there and then like a hooker's like walking towards me. I was like, no, and then I like panicked and like went away.
What is
You
it,
do
cookie
look like the
clitty?
type, Frank.
Fuck you!
All right.
I was like, what is
She was
I'm
just doing
fat
exactly, you know,
and hairy?
like,
I fucking look like a
when
creeper?
somebody comes into your store holding their phone, you assume they're at a store, they're at Verizon, or can I not say Verizon?
Well, you already did.
Well, Frank works for Verizon.
Scrub that.
Fuck you.
Damn, they're gonna fire you,
He
dude.
lives in-
They're already gonna fire me.
Lives in Pomona.
You don't know that. You've told me that like 6 times this
Yeah,
last
this time
year.
it's for real. But
But whatever. If they come in with their phone, you don't think they're gonna need help with their phone? They're there for phone business.
yeah.
A guy that looks like you parked right next to her. What is she supposed to think?
Look,
This is your fault.
First of all,
Alright.
half the people that come in my store have porn on their phone. Directly
Yeah,
open.
everybody
So
loves
they're
porn.
really the
People love
creepies.
porn. What do you mean?
Okay?
No,
Is it one
what?
of those like they forgot to close their
No,
private
they
browser?
just don't. I
People
think,
don't
yeah,
know how
usually.
their phones
But
work.
it's funny because people, generally older women, will always come in and like they're really concerned about their photos.
Right.
And, like they make it to a point to really tell you
Right.
like, I need you to fix this because my photos, da 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 da. And that's how I know they have nudes on
Right,
there.
right.
Because they make it too much of a big
You're
deal.
like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, and then I open their phone to try to fix it. Now there they are. The
Oh,
nudes that they
no
were probably trying to
shit.
send to somebody, and the phone like flipped out because they were trying to do too many things at once.
Oh.
If you
And
go to
then I have
Frank's
pretend
house,
like I
Must
never
be an
saw
Android,
them.
dude.
his
Yeah, for
personal
sure.
computer That's a huge
Don't,
file
don't
of
say that.
strangers.
Don't say that.
fucking-
That's a huge lawsuit. Don't
No,
fucking
not
say
at all.
that. That's a, people
This
go
is.
to jail for
I'm
that.
joking.
Ew.
I'm joking. Frank doesn't have your
This is a
shit.
joke.
No, nobody cares, all right?
Make
Nobody
it
cares.
clear.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
Do
do.
people go to jail for
Yeah.
that?
We don't care.
Yeah,
We don't care. No. What do you think? You're so hot that he wants to keep your photos?
They do. They get really pissed. People get oddly possessed.
Dude,
Well,
I have
Frank
a, I have
is
a, I have
he's a
story.
professional, okay?
I have a prostitute story too.
Oh, hell yeah.
yes.
Yeah, dude. I had a friend who had hit me up. And
Yo.
and it was for like some really awesome yoga in Santa Ana.
But it was a prostitution.
No,
ring?
no. That stuff was dope. But I was waiting for it to start because it started like at 8. So I was like, all right. Like I get there early. It was my first time, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to the market and get like a drink with chia seeds in it, and just kind of like look around and see what Santa Ana is all about. So I was just in
Kind
the
of
super-
sucks.
Fucking guy.
I come to
I don't
later
like it.
find out, dude. I'm walking
Smells
around
bad.
the store. I go to the restroom like in the back because you know how grocery stores make you go in like the warehouse area sometimes.
Generally.
And then I pay for my shit. I'm just like spotting, looking around at the clientele to kind of get a vibe for like the overall like environment, people who live there, and the type of people that live in that area. And I go out and I'm just like minding my own business, walking back to the car, and a fucking Honda Civic dude is like beeping at me, and I'm just like,
Oh my
fuck.
God.
I look back and I'm like, huh? And then it's some lady like fucking telling me to go over. And I'm just like, oh, I must have.
That's awesome.
Dude, yeah. I was like, I must have fucking dropped something or like whatever. Like I was like,
She
oh.
probably needs directions or something.
Yeah. I guess Santa Ana really is a friendly place. You know,
She needed
people really
directions
are
to
just-
your dick. That's what she needed.
Yo, so like I'm just like confused but curious at the same time. So
Yeah.
I'm like walking over and I see it's one of the ladies from the store, and she was wearing this like tight dress, and you can tell she had like surgery, right? Like ass implants and,
Oh,
and
okay.
tits and stuff probably. But she was probably like in her 40s, 50s, like hitting that age. And she's like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Ivan. Like, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh, like, I saw you looking at me in there." And I was like, "Whoa, shit!"
Oh,
I was
fuck
like,
yeah.
I was just glancing around, but I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh, like, you like what you see?" And I was like, "Fuck!" And I was like, "I don't know. Here, like, take my number." I just thought it was like gonna be an interesting thing. So
Yeah.
then I get her number, and I shoot her like 3 or 4 texts. I'll look through it and see if I can find it at some point. Because I hardly delete my shit. But she's like, "Yeah, my name's this, and this." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Like, she was like, "What was your favorite thing?" So I'm just kind of like egging her on. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, yeah, like, you know, like, that was pretty cool. Like, I saw this, like, the body, you know?" And then she's like, "Oh, cool. Like, we should hang out." And she's like, "But I charge." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I'm like half your age." No, I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
That's fucking
And then that's when I
funny.
was like, I guess this is Santa Ana, man. Like,
So like I said, it does suck, right?
But
Fucking
that's so fucking
shithole.
shitty. She could have been straight up with you.
yeah,
Like she all fucking thinks she's all interested in you for reals, and then
dude. I was
Fucking-
like, whoa, shit.
You're like, dude, look at me. I can do way better than you, right? What the fuck?
Yo, it was just a random encounter. I was like, this never happens. Like,
Yeah.
this is just some straight
That's wild,
random
dude.
shit, dude.
that's
would
also
you be
dope,
would
though.
you be flattered
I would
if somebody came up to you
always.
and
I don't care what the gender is. Come, dude. Anytime someone tells me they're attractive, I'm like, fucking thank you. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
No,
At least
I
someone thinks
mean-
I'm attractive.
if somebody thought you were a prostitute?
Oh, also
you were
yes.
in the
Even
street-
more,
yes. Even
Yeah.
more. Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah, if
oh,
If you were in the
Wait,
street and
how
somebody's like,
much-
"Hey, how much to touch it?" or whatever, I don't know. You know?
yeah, because yeah,
I don't know how
that's-
male prostitutes work.
I don't think chicks are going around telling
They just-
dudes
they just
that.
wanna
just,
touch it?
How much to touch it? Like, no, I don't want any girl that's saying that to a dude. I don't know if I want
You'd
them
be
to.
surprised.
Dude, what if you like lean over and you're like, $50 and she gives you $50? You're not gonna let her touch it?
How much do you think male escorts charge? Do anyone know?
Depends.
know. I
is,
think
when
they
the
might be
rent's
pricey.
due, you know?
Yeah.
Depends on the area.
I don't feel there's a
Yeah.
lot of demand. Yeah, maybe oh yeah.
For older women, I would assume.
For,
Like,
like-
older women.
Well,
So
or
like
rich
L.A.,
women.
Beverly
That
Hills.
seems
Yeah.
like
It's
Like
probably
prostitutes
like
and
rich
escorts.
male
kids.
prostitutes.
Rich
Yeah.
kid.
Right. Okay,
I mean,
so
if you're getting a
is
prostitute,
there
man, you're
male
getting the cheap-
prostitutes?
you're getting a
Yeah,
cheap,
there totally are.
getting discount.
Oh, you're right. There is.
There totally are. So that's interesting. I don't know.
I don't know. We should find that out.
We should
I
become
kinda wanna
male
find out.
prostitutes.
Dude,
Yo, respect. I mean,
I'm kind of
that's a hard job.
Dude, I'm gonna lose my job soon.
If
so-
somebody wants to
Yeah,
pay
for
me to
sure.
fuck, I'll do it.
It's a tough.
I'm gonna try to find a sugar mama.
Dude, it's like old ladies though.
I'll fuck an old
Generally,
lady.
it's like ladies like in their like 60s and up.
I fuck an old lady for the right price.
I
Alright?
think I could. I mean, she must be a bang.
I need money,
Banger.
alright? I got
That
shit
banging
to
old
pay.
lady doesn't want fucking.
I'm in
a
debt,
fat guy
Frank.
in his
Alright,
30s.
I'm in debt. Alright, fuck it. Just pay that shit off in like 6 months. Get out of the game, you know?
Would you fuck like a
I'll Conor McGregor that shit.
65-year-old if she was like, all right looking?
Yeah. I just said I will fuck her.
Yeah, well, you for the
For
money. I mean, not
money.
for the money.
For money.
Yeah. I don't have an age limit.
Oh, no.
Dude, it's just like, you gotta look at it as like, it's just a different thing. It's not better or worse. It's just a different thing.
different.
And there's good and bad to both things. To everything, you know?
Yeah.
It's a job, dude.
I don't
They
know.
say
I'm
it's
just
the
a very
oldest
open person, I
profession
guess.
Yeah.
In America, in ever.
I fuck
right?
old
You have
ladies.
a-
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Like,
No, I'm into older women. for
Eden's
sure.
like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you
Like-
talking
like-
about?
I know.
No, I was
My
gonna
girlfriend's
ask-
65.
I was just gonna ask if you're into. So you're not. So you have a limit.
I think like
This
wouldn't-
guy likes young
It's all
girls.
about- it's all
no,
about-
Not like that, but like,
I wouldn't like mind like I don't think I would mind having sex with somebody like 45, 50.
45 still cold, it.
But after that, I don't know. I don't think I would be down.
You might be.
Even if she was attractive.
That's the thing.
That's the
if
thing. If she's
maybe
attractive,
then I
who gives,
would.
if she's attractive, you're already defining her as attractive. Then I don't give a fuck how old she is.
Yeah.
That's true.
If
That's
because she's
fair.
You don't. You
You're not
don't
wrong.
even
Like, it's
ask.
still-
Why would I
Yeah,
ask?
exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's
wouldn't
true. Why would I
ask.
ask?
Exactly.
That's fair.
What if your
You're a
souls
dumbass.
connect?
Then that's even
Dude,
better. Than
No, dude.
That is
no.
that is
no
literally
question.
best case scenario.
You think I'm bringing a 65-year-old home for Thanksgiving?
I
My
hear
mom would
you.
murder me. Fuck that shit, dog.
That's hilarious.
She's older than your
You
mom.
bring
like-
you bring
Yeah.
someone older than your mom.
Dude, I don't fucking know people that are 75.
That'd be dope. That'd be a mind fuck. Like,
How old's your mom?
oh shit.
I
to your
honestly
mom.
don't know because she has 3 birth certificates from different years.
Which one's real?
She's from Peru.
Are they like?
She's-
They're not like super far
she was-
apart though, right?
No, so one is.
Like 10
So,
years, 5 years.
One's like 5 or 6 years
Oh,
apart.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was
That's
born in Peru. She's
significant.
born in Lima, and then she immigrated over here. And so
How old
yeah,
does she think
You gotta
she
cut
is?
a limb and like count it
I
like
think she
trees,
thinks
like the
she's, like,
rings.
I think she thinks. I don't even know, but it had to be at least 65. At the
65.
very least.
At the very least.
At the very least.
The youngest birth certificate.
Yeah.
It was 65.
Yeah.
So she could be 70. Then. Your mom doesn't look old though.
Mama, no.
Okay, don't.
No, I'm not saying.
What a segue.
No, I don't mean it.
Whoa.
I mean it in the most respectful way.
No, I know.
Your mom
What's-
doesn't look old.
What's your age?
I don't want to talk
limit?
about
No.
fucking and then
No,
talk
no,
about.
no, she's married. No, but I don't mean it like
Yeah,
that.
my
Like,
dad's fucking insane. So.
Senor.
that's a crazy person.
Señor, perdón.
No, my dad looks scary as fuck. My dad, like.
Nah, he looks like a nice guy. He,
He
looks
does
serious.
now, but dude, when I was in high school, like people
Yeah.
wouldn't try to talk to my dad.
No shit.
It was only
Right,
girls
right.
that were like
His
my
hair's
friends.
too white now.
Yeah, that's true. His hair.
I could see that.
It's all white now, but when I was in high school, his hair was like salt and pepper, and yeah, girls
Yeah,
that I was
that's when
talking
they're
to
crazy.
would be nice to
Yeah.
him because
Right.
you know he's not gonna be mean to them. But like none of my guy friends would talk to him unless they were like already had met him a few times, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Gotta
It's a
love
great
it.
story.
it is. It was. I don't know where we're going with it.
I don't know.
but-
We were talking about prostitutes, and now you're just talking about your dad.
No,
Weird.
you know.
You're fucking weird,
What a
Frank.
contrast.
Yeah. How did we end up
My
there?
dad was a prostitute.
No, he wasn't.
Who
His
knows?
dad.
Who knows?
His dad is the guy that puts the fluoride in the water, so
What
that
the
the
fuck?
government can
Oh,
control
no
your
way,
mind.
dude.
What the fuck?
He works for the water district.
He
right?
does work for the water district.
It was a joke, dude. I'm sorry.
But he's.
It was a joke for the conspiracy theories
I need
listeners.
to go home.
You know?
I need to. I need to question my entire life now.
Yeah,
Think about it.
because Bigfoot's real.
Bigfoot's
That's
not
what we-
fucking
that's what-
real. Jeez.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking about right now, right, guys?
Yeah.
Bigfoot,
Yes.
real or not?
Bigfoot.
Real?
Yes. Yes.
For sure, real.
For sure.
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I
shit.
Think,
Interdimensional.
okay.
being.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think there's a huge possibility that it is.
Right.
And that if it is, it's not totally flesh and blood. It's interdimensional. Whoever said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Interdimensional, man.
Like,
Right,
take some
it's-
ayahuasca
Okay, what
and then
the
you fucking
because what
see
the
'em and
natives
shit.
say, the natives say about it is that they don't consider it an ape; it's a human to them. It's just a different species, and that they consider them intelligent. They have respect. They have their own culture and their own traditions and stuff like that. And there's like weird stories where they've mated with females and stuff like that.
Oh shit!
So-
They made fucking.
Monkeys out of
I mean,
fuck,
it's a
dude.
crazy little crypto world when you get in
Yeah.
there, because then there's just like we can never really be sure. At
Yeah.
least not me. I'm not gonna go fucking interview that person, but
I'm not gonna
There's
go.
stories.
I'm not gonna try to find them. you know, but
there's people that do.
Today
There's people
on
that go
Squatch
interview.
Wars.
Let's go, dude. Squatchy.
I don't know, I just think it's
This
interesting.
I mean,
lady fuck
I mean, if one day we like, maybe I'll do it once. Maybe I'll find out
But-
if where the best places to go squatching, and I'll do that shit once. You know?
You go out there for like a whole week.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
if
hell
you
yeah,
had if you had one of these scratchers,
Dude, either way you're gonna
to
either way
win
you're gonna see
$4,000
cool
a
shit.
month for
Hey, then you
25
can
Yeah,
do it.
either way you'll see cool.
I'd
shit.
go out
Dude,
there every
either way
month,
you're
I'd
gonna
be
see
like,
cool
yo.
shit, you're gonna see cool animals. It's gonna be a cool experience. You know?
Yeah.
So
That is true.
That's true.
what if you just I get good footage of a mountain lion?
Maybe the biggest monster you'll find.
Those
is
shits are
yourself.
dope. You know? Maybe I'll murder everyone in the group. I don't know.
I think it'd be really funny if you like come out of the woods like you've been gone for like 6 months. You're like, guys, I finally got him. I have him right here, and you pull out just your dick.
No, I don't think so.
That'd be
I think
wild.
I think you could do better, but then often you don't.
Well,
So
Interdimensional.
I thought this was gonna be funnier.
well, you know what? Sometimes it's just a dick joke, Pablo.
So
liked
a
it.
lot of times for you.
Well,
It gets old.
I appreciated it.
thank you.
Yeah.
I like you guys.
Oh,
You know,
fuck.
I don't care what Pablo says about you. I like you guys.
You thi- yeah,
I told you that I like them very much.
we got him.
I just said I don't care what you
We
think.
did poison him the night we shot. He got very
Dude,
sick.
okay.
Dude, I threw up so hard.
What the
On
fuck? What they do?
Please tell the
Yo,
story,
if you guys haven't heard episode 27 of this podcast, Totally Useless, you gotta listen to episode.
Completely useless.
Completely.
Dude,
useless.
when he said this podcast, I was like, you remember.
I was like completely. I'm a dick. No,
You know what?
You
I
talk
don't,
about.
I don't remember what your stupid band's called, all right? So
That's
there's
a
that.
hard
So I don't
name.
even care.
I would
okay?
understand, dude. You need to have like a banner or something. Completely useless. I don't
Okay.
drink, and I'm like.
We should at
balls
least
deep
try
in
to
this
draw the
phosphorus.
logo right
Oh,
here.
that's true. Probably.
No, but you're talking about the gastritis, and that kind of just brought more shit together for me from
yeah.
that night because Pablo got sick,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, "Oh,
I drank too much
that's what
coffee.
happened."
Coffee's- I
Dude,
can't
that
drink too much of
gastritis
it.
fucked up LA
Yeah.
Comic Con for us.
Because he was saying,
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah?
didn't
Yeah.
eat. You didn't
For
eat for a
both
long
of you?
time,
Yeah,
so
so-
then your
so
like
kind of
stomach
for me,
acid
but,
goes
like,
crazy.
Yeah, it affected both of us.
He
So
wasn't done with the story, okay?
he
Yeah.
asked me a question.
I know.
Damn it.
But I was a side question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
side quest. No,
Sorry, we'll
but
tell you the story right
Pablo,
now.
Pablo was saying he was dropping that whole like, oh, the gastritis thing. We couldn't find parking.
Yeah, it was. A
And
mess.
then you had an 8. And then
Yeah.
I guess when you go, I didn't know this was a learning lesson for me. I was like, fucking science. But apparently, educational. Apparently, the fact that he didn't eat for so long and then ate a bunch of junky food, the
Yeah.
fries, right?
Yeah,
We
those
had,
fries,
like,
the
rice.
things, those fries were really greasy.
Yeah,
they were super
they
greasy.
ran out of rice.
Yeah.
They weren't
motherfuckers.
cooked right. They were super greasy.
yeah.
And then you were just sick. So how long were you sick? Like the
For, like,
entire
all day.
first day?
The entire day,
Shit, that
yeah.
sucks, dude.
Yeah,
The
we,
whole first day.
so
we
we-
got there late too, though.
yeah, the whole day was kind of like one
It
mess
was
after
garbage.
another.
Was
that your
Like,
first time?
That was our first time to LA Comic Con. We had
Okay.
gone to a few others, but like the thing with this one is the other ones were so much smaller. So
I
like
was looking
finding
forward
parking,
to this year, but I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be shit like that.
Fuck
the rest
no.
of the year.
Oh, I know.
Like the rest of the year, even like when they open movie theaters and shit again.
Dude, imagine if they
Cons
cancel-
like that big,
Nah.
Dude,
not for the rest of the year.
I
I
don't
Well,
know,
at least
man.
even paranoia, you got to think like people are gonna be weary, and you might not get your money's worth if you
Right.
do throw an
you
event.
know?
Like,
So
But yeah, that whole,
I get it if they don't throw
yeah,
them.
that whole day was just a lot of bullshit for
Yeah.
us. And then
sucks,
on
dude.
top of that, then Pablo randomly like it was like randomly
Dude,
he got
I did
sick,
ask
and then
you
it was all bad.
To stop for food, and you didn't want to because we were late. Okay.
Yeah, but not at one point did he say, "Oh, by the way, I get violently ill if I fucking don't eat."
You know what? I had never gotten it that bad,
Yeah,
so I didn't know.
No
Yeah.
Now that I've
shit.
gone through that, now I'm for sure be like, no, we need to fucking
Yeah.
get some food right now.
oh no,
It-
for now I get
you know?
it for sure. Like it
Be
literally.
adamant about it. Like fuck that.
No, literally,
yeah,
like
you
he,
could just drop me off right here. I'm not going. 'cause
he
I
didn't
need to
even.
eat, you know?
The first day we
Uber.
were there, which was like the main day, he didn't get to be there at all.
didn't see
He
anything.
missed like all like. I got to walk around a little bit. And
When you said you
that's-
missed the zombie land.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
had
was,
the
I
zombie
was,
land
dude,
too.
I
They
was
had
really bummed out.
Fucking Jesse
Oh, dude.
Eisenberg.
I was really
and then
bummed out about that.
Rosario, what's her last name?
Dawson.
Dawson.
I
They
love
were
that
there and like
Dawson.
She's
literally
so
like
good.
not that far from me, and I'm like, oh shit, that sucks that Pablo's missing this, but also yeah. Like,
I'm sorry, Pablo.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was fucked up. I felt
I know.
I was bummed out about that. I tried not to like,
yeah, I know.
you know, like
Yeah.
be like
think
obvious
the-
about it, but I was really bummed out.
For me,
about
I think
that.
the only thing that really saved it was that I had cosplayed as Nacho Libre.
That's
and
right.
people were like, literally, every 5 minutes, people were like, Nacho!
Yo,
That's
yeah.
tight.
Do you have a
That is-
picture of that?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was like
He
my
was,
one
like, getting
question the
cocky
whole
about
time.
it. Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Like he really felt like a fucking celebrity in there. And I don't
You
I don't
compare
remember what I
yourself to,
told
like,
him one day. I don't. He said something, and I
Oh,
don't remember
no
what I told him,
way.
but it was pretty much like, "All right, tone that shit down, all right? Like, don't give me that fucking tone. You're
That's
not
fucking
a
sick.
fucking celebrity."
That's
And you had the
rad,
mask at
dude.
some point, too,
Yeah,
right?
he had the
I
mask
was
on,
carrying
too.
it around. So a couple people got uppity about the mask.
They're putting
They were
on.
like,
Yeah.
"You wouldn't even have the mask on."
No,
I was like,
there was
"Fuck
this
you,
guy-
I have his face.
This guy came
I
up.
cut
This guy.
my beard off for this.
I remember this guy came up, and he's like, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Where's the
And you get they post, and he's like, "Do you have the mask?" And he's like, "Yeah." Put it on.
Yeah,
He was a dick
That's
about
the
it.
thing.
Put it
It's like
on.
it is weird because people
fucking
do have
gimp.
like yeah.
I want to see your stupid face,
Some chick
idiot.
licked my nipple.
I'm not
It
gonna
was
fuck your
fucking
face
crazy.
bare.
Like,
What?
She was there with her boyfriend, and she's like, "Nacho's like my favorite." And then as we're taking the picture, she's like, "Hey, can I lick your nipple?" And I was like, "Sure." But
Yeah.
her boyfriend was like, "Oh, he's right here," and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm gonna get beat up or something."
No, they like that type of shit.
Nah,
dude.
you're a
They
luchador,
fucked
dude. You can't get
really
beat
hard.
up.
They fucked really hard that day.
For sure.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude,
Yes,
like,
dude.
yeah. Like they probably like that type of shit.
She brings out the mask and she makes him put it on and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they like that type of shit. Some people like that type of shit. you
No,
know?
but it was crazy. Like, but yeah, I felt bad. And then Pablo did also get like a lot of people liking him too. But
You
he
were
just,
Tina,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Tina.
I seen those pictures.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
If you haven't had
Yeah,
the chance,
such
go
a-
watch our Tina
such-
twerk video. It's fucking awesome.
On
You have a Tina
Instagram.
twerk
We made a
video?
Tina
Yeah,
twerk
it's
video.
a video on Instagram.
That's how I'm spending the next 10 minutes at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
worth
this
it.
is
It's
gonna touch
100%
himself.
No,
worth
not
it.
like that, though.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy's gonna touch himself to me. Just as Tina.
Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot's real. Yeah, Bigfoot's real.
All right. You think we should do the scratchers now?
Yeah, let's do the scratchers now.
Fucking- All right, guys. So if you're,
I'm having a lot of fun, guys.
I can't talk today.
This is
If
fun.
this is your first time listening, me and Pablo can barely afford this podcast, so we try to make it work with no sponsors, and we try to do scratchers every week. So we've been playing this game called Set for Life. Basically, if you win, you can win up to $4,000
Let's
a
have
month
coins.
for the next 25 years.
Forgot all my coins.
So I'm fucking excited.
I've coins in my
do, you guys,
backpack.
do you guys play scratchers a lot?
Christmas.
Occasionally.
Christmas?
birthdays.
My parents buy them for Christmas, and we all play.
I love it.
Yeah, right?
It's
Honestly.
like a thing, like it's a family activity.
Well, no, we don't like sit there and scratch it.
Yeah,
together,
yeah, that's
but,
what-
like, when
Dad,
we're
what'd you get?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like you guys made a night out of it.
Like,
Like we're gonna cook something good. We're gonna have dinner as a family. Then here come the scratchers.
Main event
No.
And you guys
scratchers.
each get a scratcher from each price.
oh,
So you get dollar scratchers, and then you guys move up to the $2 scratchers,
Oh,
and
it's
then
like a
$5
tournament.
my parents,
scratchers,
you,
right?
You really thought this out.
And then at the end, you guys play a $30 scratcher. You guys, each of you guys has one.
The climax.
No.
Honestly, that sounds awesome.
It does.
right here.
Oh, cool. Cause I thought I had changed here.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah.
Oh wait, let me go. Oh, I got it. All
Oh yeah.
right, cool. But
Ivan,
yeah, so
what would you do with this money?
scratch all the dollar signs.
Shut up! I'm asking Ivan something.
He asked me to play.
What would you do with this money if you
Dude.
got $4,000 a week? A week?
Yeah,
A month.
$4,000 a month.
$4,000 a month for 25 years.
Minus
How much money is
taxes,
that?
that would probably be like $1,000.
No.
Not if you get the. So usually when it's like $4,000 a
Lump
month
sum.
like this,
No, minus taxes. It'd be like two.
it'd be like
It'd be like-
it's like 2,500.
It'd be like
at least.
23, 24.
Your rent would be covered pretty much
Yeah,
for the
for-
rest.
Yeah, for
for
sure.
25, the next
Dude,
25
Fuck
years.
it.
Just being able to just pay my rent every month. That's just like that's already a big help, you know.
It is a huge help. You would liberate yourself.
Well,
Dude,
you
I,
don't really pay
I
rent
put
when you
this
live
money
in
into
your car.
the
So.
films, man. You just have
Why are you
so much
trying to
more
bum us out?
heavy scratching over here.
All right, let's see. Did I win anything? 25.
What's the most you guys have won?
$2.
Like $2, $3.
$2?
and shit. We got a $5 one once.
We did one time.
We change it to scratchers sometimes.
You just gotta match
I-
one, or how's that work?
You got you gotta match one, and whatever the price below it is.
What you get?
I didn't
You
get
just won?
anything. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Must be my fucking lucky day out here.
Probably get anything?
Dude, I don't wanna. You just gotta match one.
Yeah.
Because if I did, I think I won $50.
Let me see.
Swear. Yo.
Just match one.
Let me see.
That's 2 11s right there.
Yeah. See, look. Match any of your numbers to any of the 3 winning
I was
numbers.
balling.
You might win more. You know, sometimes you get more.
Dude, I just won $50 though. I'm gonna eat with that for the next week.
Fuck you. That's paying for the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Fuck out of here.
All right, so that we got a bunch of sessions right here. Paid
Fuck
for
yeah.
already.
Done.
Paid for.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think I got $3.
Fuck $53.
Why are we not more excited? I just won $50. That's
Hell
like
yeah,
the biggest
dude.
thing.
That's pretty awesome.
Alright,
See,
We fucking won, dude.
Alright.
because I'm here. It's because I asked you
Yeah.
how much you
It's
just.
Eden energy, bro.
Dude, can you come just for the scratcher part every time?
Your presence is required.
All right, we got our professional scratcher here, Eden, and our
I
guest.
never
Our
win
guest, our
shit.
guest could just wait while we do that.
All right, I
Hold on.
They tease you with this $3,000 here.
Right? They like make you feel like you're gonna get it.
Fucking scratch a tease. That's crazy.
What do you guys use for to listen to music? Yes, I have Spotify.
$3.
yes, I have Spotify.
You
Yes.
use Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing a new thing.
Yeah. The
We're
completely
gonna start a
useless
Spotify playlist with every with
Yes.
suggestions from our guest. I'm really high right
Is that
now.
what's happening? I was like, what?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Don't you-
Explain
Yeah,
it to
it's
them.
alright, guys.
I
So
don't- I
basically,
don't.
me and Pablo
Fuck,
love
I am
music.
really high.
I'm sure most of our guests love music as well. So we wanted to put together a playlist that kind of go hands in hand with the
Oh.
podcast. So
Cool.
you guys can find it on Spotify under Completely Useless. But we were gonna add some songs, not just from us, from our recommendations, but from you guys too. So
Cool.
what if you guys can name a few, maybe we'll add to the list.
All right.
Dude.
But okay, but you gotta show us on your.
Oh yeah, he
Spotify,
wants
though.
us to see like what's your most.
Because I think
listened to
sometimes,
thing
yeah,
on
your
Spotify.
most listened to that. That's what we're gonna go by.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
embarrassing.
so if
Is
you,
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Oh yeah, that's what I was hoping
cool.
for.
It's,
I'll show you.
I don't have my
He's like,
phone
oh, I'm in a metal band. I shouldn't be listening to like Miley Cyrus. You know, like,
Yeah, exactly.
and honestly, dude, Wrecking Ball is good. I like that song.
My shit.
You know?
No, actually, I fell into the Ramones like a day ago, and I was just bumping.
Just
it.
show me
It's-
your Spotify,
Oh,
right?
here.
Jesus.
No,
Show it to me,
fucking-
dude.
Yeah,
care.
you're like selecting a thing.
Wait, my nudes,
No,
dude.
I'm gonna go to your. I'm gonna go to your.
I'm interested
Okay.
too, because I haven't even took a peek. Let me see.
So Ramones, the last podcast on the left. All right, completely useless is not on your top podcast. Okay,
Oh,
fuck
shit.
you, Ivan. No, it is on the recently played though.
Oh, it's recently played.
This is really what I wanted to see.
If I had
This is
listened
really
to
what I
it.
wanted to see if our guests,
Stroking your
you know,
ego.
listen to our shit. At least like for research, you know.
That's what I did. That's
Yeah.
what I did.
Research purposes.
Yeah, at least for like to like see how our podcast works, you know.
What's
So you
the
passed the test.
test passed. With the
Podcast
C.
episodes. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, fuck yeah! You got, I don't know who this is, but you got some tribe right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Tribe called Quest.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Talking about.
Can't go
It says
wrong.
jump back in. So at one point you were really into them.
Yes. Accurate.
Some strokes, cramps.
Ooh, okay.
The Cramps.
Cramps.
Yeah.
Dude, I have
Yeah.
the Bad Music for Bad People album.
Yes.
Like the original pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No what?
Yeah.
Oh, you got some
I used to
Bill,
work at a
some
vintage
Bill
store.
Burr right here.
Bill Burr,
okay,
dog.
okay.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah!
Yo,
dude,
dude,
I fuck with this guy. dude.
I
fuck with
just
this
saw
guy.
half of them in Vegas. They
Oh, that's
performed.
sick.
I was like, yeah.
Busy Bone. or
Bone,
no,
bone,
wait,
bone,
no.
bone.
Fuck, which one?
Oh,
of,
yeah,
the
dude.
one of them lives in Temecula by me. Not by me,
No
not
shit.
by my house, but like they live in the same area.
Yeah.
And so he used to come down randomly. Fuck, I'm trying to remember which one it was. But he would come down to like Old
You
Town
passed my
Temecula
test.
randomly and come out and like hang out and people would party with him.
Eden, are
It
you
was
gonna
weird.
show us your phone?
That's fucking
I don't have
wild.
a phone. That's not mine.
You don't have your phone?
No.
Lies.
Sorry.
I feel like you put
Lies.
something in your pocket right now. Like I saw you.
It's like,
No.
Why are you trying to hide your phone from us?
No.
You don't want us to see what you listen
It's on
to?
my phone. No,
What
I can
happened?
tell you what I've been listening to heavily.
Okay,
I keep
cool.
putting this record on. It's Chromatics. It's like synth pop,
I don't
dream
know. I don't know
pop,
what that is.
Female.
Good.
female. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, Leonard Cohen
I've heard of
too.
them.
That's what I've been listening to that on repeat, like pretty heavily.
Okay.
Uh,
I've been
Pretty much
listening to
it.
Tame Impala this whole week.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and it's the thing. Like 2 years ago, somebody told me to listen to Lonerism,
Mhm.
and I fucking hated it. Like I
Really?
hated it. I thought it just looked like they took an old Beatles album and they made it a little weird, and that was
Oh,
it.
the cover.
You know? No, like the sound, the way it sounded.
Oh.
You know? It was just like, what if like Revolver, like something like that, like from the Beatles. What if they like made it today? That's what it seems like he was trying to do.
No shit.
You know, to
Yeah.
me. So I fucking hated it. You know, but then like 2 days ago, like last week, I was at my friend's house and we were smoking weed and we got really high and one of their videos came out, and it was awesome, and I fucking loved it. It tripped me out, and the song was good. So I got into like their newer shit. It's great.
It's great.
Their newer shit.
yeah.
Fucking that last album was the Slow Rush.
Yeah.
Shit's amazing. Dude.
They actually performed right before everything stopped
Yeah.
happening, or he performed.
They
It's
were
the
on
guy,
tour, right? Yeah, it's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy how everything stopped, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Like everything I
They're
had
just trying
planned
to
for the
prevent
summer and shit,
Proactiveness.
Yeah.
I guess.
gone.
It's been weird for
You know?
sure.
I
Well,
kind
who
of
knows,
like
it might force
but
people to, like,
not the
do
fact that it's
different
hurting
things.
people.
Yeah.
With the
You know?
income.
I feel like we're in their fucking Stone Age right now, or something.
Stone
I don't
Age.
know. Like,
I am going a little
we don't have
crazy.
entertainment,
Like,
you know, like
I played, like, I don't really get time to, like, sit down and play video games like I used to. I used to sit down and fucking play them for hours. And then I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2
What a
Nice.
last
nerd.
night because I was
It's a
like,
great game.
fuck it. Yeah, no, it is. And I was like, I'll fucking play like I used to. And 2 hours in, I was like, fuck, I need to do something. Like, I
Yeah.
can't, like, just
Get
sit
all
here and
anxious.
Yeah, it was weird.
Did you ever play Gun?
No, but I know a lot of
It's
people that were really
similar.
into that and
Yeah.
shit. Like, there's definitely a lot of games that I just kind of passed over. I don't know. You
Big
grow
time.
up and
No,
don't play
yeah.
as much. Yeah.
I
But
think.
the
What
one
was
is-
the last major title that you ended up just playing?
Dude,
and that was like
wait,
the
wait,
end of
wait.
your video game.
you only had to match
days.
one, and if you match two, you win both of those prices.
Probably. Why?
You got two of the same numbers?
Let me see.
What the fuck?
Dude,
Or you matched
All right,
two
you
different
guys
numbers?
am
Any
I,
of the- any
am I
of
high
the
or?
three winning
All right,
numbers.
wait. 9, 31, and 11, right? You have 11, so
Right,
it
and
looks like you
that's-
won 50
right.
bucks.
And I got 31. That's another 50.
Dude, this
Shut
is
up.
Dude, this is a
$100.
this is a
Oh,
$100
shit.
scratcher.
What?
dude.
Bullshit! Let me see that. Let me see that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, Frank,
see
get in
that.
front of the door so it doesn't run out with my
Let me
$100.
see
dude.
this with my own eyes. That's crazy. Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh
Seriously?
shit!
I'm
That's
telling.
fucking crazy, dog.
The energy in this room right now is
Right?
like.
Right?
Dude, how many fucking
Dude.
sessions we have to pay for?
Damn,
We're getting
yeah.
$100 as soon as we leave here.
Dude, we're getting some tacos right now. Dude. Let's just get tacos with that.
That's what
and
the
then
$3
That's right.
and then
scratcher is
the, and
for.
then,
All right.
and then the what? Right?
It's cool.
Fuck.
That's fucking
Have
sick,
you ever
dog.
won $100?
No,
What's the,
I
what's
never
the
won
most you
shit. The
guys
most
have
I've
won?
won is $5.
I
More
hope
than
they
that was
actually give that
$5.
to you and not some bullshit like, oh, it's only 50
No, it's,
bucks.
I think it's over $600. $599. That's the most you could get.
Like
And
in one.
then-
No,
and
but
then-
that they're gonna be like, oh no, you only get one. Like,
Oh, that
Nah,
would be
fuck
annoying.
that.
No,
dude.
fuck
like
that.
some
They
shit like,
scan
oh,
it.
they just
They
be like
scan it.
that.
I'm not gonna try to fucking change it in Pomona, dude. I'm gonna go by my house where it's
Yeah.
nice,
Okay.
you know,
Where's
And
your
fucking,
Where's that area? Upland?
Montclair,
Ooh,
you know.
Fancy.
fancy.
Yeah, this 7-Eleven that we go to
Montclair
fucking sucks.
Place.
dude.
Oh, no,
This has-
I live in Temecula. I understand what a good 7-Eleven is.
There's a lot of
like.
characters. There's a lot of interesting people, and I
Yeah.
do like looking at them. You know,
But not living.
just
with them.
like but like it's just like
My
oh,
cousin's
fuck.
boyfriend-
I'm
my
also
cousin's
glad I
boyfriend.
don't live around there.
My sister brought her boyfriend to the house the other day, and we were driving by a 7-Eleven, and there was like a homeless person standing outside of it, and he was like, "You guys have homeless people? That's how much we don't have homeless
Oh
people."
my god.
Temecula doesn't. They actually the police will pick them up and then take them to the next city.
Drop them
over.
off in
Right,
San
right.
Diego.
So we don't have them.
They just throw them all in Hemet.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what Hemet's a
Well,
shithole.
that's what LA does. LA buses them out to us.
To Pomona.
Yeah.
No, Temecula. To like
Ah,
Temecula out
okay.
there, because they.
And then they take them to Hemet.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
God damn, dude.
That's
Big
fucked
cycle.
up.
Everyone just
And then they
drives
just
around.
they just end up in San Diego.
Yeah,
By the border.
Fucking bums. Yeah.
dude, shit's crazy. Dude, I can't believe we win $100.
Yeah, I know, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Doesn't even
It's
feel
like, you
good.
guys are
Pivotal
fucking good luck.
Pivotal
That is
shit,
that
baby.
is honestly I think a really good thing that I needed because with everything that's happening,
Yeah.
I felt really shitty. You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Right.
It
It's been
affects
weird.
your
It's been
mindset,
weird.
Like just the
yeah.
whole it just it feels
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
It
does.
There's
finally paid off.
there's like
We've been playing
negativity in the
Scratchers
air.
since
You know,
like the first or second podcast.
It's a
and it
no, the
finally-
very
yeah.
first one.
I remember. Yeah.
It was his idea
Yeah.
too. The
We-
very first one he picked me up and like we were coming into it, like even like on our way here, we were not really clear on what even the podcast was gonna be, you know, like at all.
You're just here.
Yeah,
but
we were
then,
trying to figure
but
it
then
out.
he was like, oh, I was thinking we should do this.
Well, what happened was we
we
went
do
to go to the
scratchers
gas
every-
station to go get
yeah.
drinks, and as we were standing in line, I was like, "Oh shit, maybe we can play scratchers like it's a thing."
Yeah,
And then it
And-
slowly became part of the show.
yeah. People dig it too.
That's awesome. Now you
Dude,
can only
yeah.
go up from here.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah,
dude, imagine.
I know, dude.
We already said if we won like $3,000 or something, we're going to Vegas.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
Do
for sure.
do a podcast there.
Yo.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
make a
Yes,
make,
of course.
we're gonna
We'll do a
we're gonna
podcast,
record and make a video and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
We're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
spend the $3,000
Yeah,
on
like
cocaine.
the
and
Comic Con,
bitches.
like the Comic Con video and the video we have a video when
Yeah.
we went to the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
you know,
Uh-huh.
so like that. But we're gonna go to Vegas and do that.
Nice.
Oh,
And
that's
just do a
true.
bunch
That's a
of
good
fucking-
use of
That
the
shit'll
cash.
be
Hookers and
epic as
cocaine,
fuck,
dude.
Yeah.
Go to a fucking strip club where
Oh.
where guys are stripping.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll go.
Just get some
but-
fucking dong on our faces, you know.
On your
Find-
face, not
finding
mine.
big-
Yeah, but you gotta go though.
I'll go with you.
That'll make good
We
content.
could just go to Larry, we could
It
just go to
would.
Larry Flynn's, and then you go up to the dude section.
No, but
and
we
I'll be
gotta.
downstairs with the
Okay,
guys.
we go. No, it's gonna be convenient because
Yeah.
we'll go to both of them.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go to the guy one first though.
Jesus.
But then, because we're both gonna enjoy the women
Yes.
one either
Yeah.
way, you know. So let's
I
just get
heard-
that out of the way.
I have heard that that Magic, they have a new Magic Mike show, or not new, I guess, but they've been doing it for a while. The Magic Mike show that in Vegas. I hear it's like extremely aggressive. Like they go out into the like
Oh, they'll, like,
Chippendales
bump your
only
Yeah, like
face
the
or
movie.
something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Chippendales only like
love that
does
movie.
lap dances to the people they bring up. But oh my, but Magic Mike will like
I think I feel like
everybody
he's
gets
gonna tell us a
grinded
story right now about
Probably.
how he was a male stripper right now.
oh.
You
I don't know
do
why I
it.
feel that's
Have you ever
coming.
accidentally been
I
recognized?
mean,
as a
he got
male?
us with the prostitute one,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I didn't
So
think about that.
Once
he's
upon
gonna be
a
like,
time.
I got a story about being a male stripper.
Yo, you know who was a male stripper? Was the guitarist for Rage,
What?
For
Tom
real?
Morello.
Tom Morello was a
Oh, that's right. I saw that
What?
the other day. Yeah.
He was a male stripper.
When
at
he was
some
in
point,
college.
Yeah. When
I mean, fuck it, it pays money. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you can fucking do it and you got the body for it, fucking why not?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm sure, you know, every once in a while some chick sucks your dick or lets you fuck.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Often.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like escorts. Pretty much. Yeah. They'll fuck for money, you know.
Yeah, fuck it.
But like at that point, it's probably just they don't give a fuck anymore, you know.
Well, I mean, they have to keep it hard the whole time, right? Like, no one wants
Yeah,
to
there's
go
pills
flat-
for that,
flaccid,
you know?
Like, dude, that's a long time to
There's
keep your
pills
dick
for that.
hard,
They
dude.
probably take a bunch of those pills
Probably.
and they get a shitty heart. They get a heart attack at 35.
Don't say
It's a
that.
sad life.
Don't say that.
It's a sad life of a male prostitute.
One of my friends told me that apparently there was like some guy he used to work with, and he got a new job.
I knew there was a story coming.
Well, I mean, talking about like dick pills and steroids,
Oh,
that
cool.
too. But he was lifting, and apparently he was at a fucking like lifting competition,
Oh, shit.
like days prior.
I thought you meant lifting as in working for
Dick
Lyft.
lifting?
Oh.
No, like
Like he was
Wait.
driving
Heavy
around and
weights.
something happened.
no, this fucker was like like barely hitting his 30s, like 31, and he had a fucking heart attack in his sleep. Like
Yeah.
he died, and I
'Cause
was
he was
like,
lifting
what?
so much?
And he was like swole, and he was just like
'Cause
probably
his heart
doing
couldn't pump blood
roids
to all the
and-
muscles.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean just doing the fucking muscle drug, you know.
Oh, yeah, he was
yeah,
straining
yeah.
his heart too much.
That shit really
Yeah.
fucks you up. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
man.
fucks you up.
Being fat also fucks you up, dog. It's just fucking for real.
Yeah.
Damn. Blunt honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you just won
I've been trying
$100.
that.
I know,
Dude.
fool.
That's
Holy
so crazy,
shit.
right? I
Yeah.
haven't fucking put this shit down at all.
He's
just gonna
He's
stay
all
on my
rubbing
hand.
it. Can't lose that, dude.
Dude,
No, we're going right now and cashing that
Dude,
shit
if
in.
we
Yeah.
go to the store and it turns out like you read the instructions wrong, you owe me $100,
What do you
right?
mean? Look, read it. Okay.
Because I'm
Match
too high to
any
understand
of
them
your
right now.
numbers to any of the three winning number. Any of the three.
There's way
Win
more
the
three
prize.
winning numbers though.
Any other
Match
three?
match your numbers on the card to any of the winning numbers.
And win that price.
Yes.
Hey, I have a
Oh,
question.
fuck, we
What up?
did
What?
win fucking $100.
So, podcast, like, what fucking sparked it? Like, what was the initial?
For
Because
us,
Can't you tell we're so fucking funny?
Fucking
Dude?
right. I had
comedy,
already
the
been in
comedy.
podcasting like before I got into comedy. That's what got me into entertainment.
Oh,
Was
you
I
were
was
doing that.
I was doing podcasting, but for music. I was doing one specifically promoting bands from LA to San Diego.
Okay.
And then I slowly started getting into comedy, and then the podcast I was originally with ended up disbanding. And throughout the years, I had like a couple of podcasts I had tried starting or trying to do, and nothing really stuck. And so I stopped podcasting, and then I met Pablo through comedy, and then we, started hanging out and vibing. And then I think like after that, we were both kind of like, I want to start a podcast, but I don't really want to just do one to do one. And we
Like,
both
Yeah,
had a lot
I don't
of,
want to
like-
start a
with intent,
podcast. Just
right.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
there's a lot of, I know I say this a lot. There's a lot of local comics
Oh, yeah.
that have podcasts, and they're all the exact same thing.
Which is what?
Which is it's a comic no one's ever heard of. Me and him in this instance, just interviewing
Other comics.
another comic that no one's ever heard of, and just
Oh,
asking them the
shit.
same stupid questions all the time. How did you get into comedy?
Yeah,
Who's
no
your biggest
way.
influence? And blah, blah,
And I
blah,
think
blah, blah.
honestly, like you look at shows like Hot Ones, or even like Jesus Trejo's new show, Tacos con Todo, and they're
Yeah.
shows that are
They're about something.
they have another purpose to them. I mean, I don't think
Entertainment value.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think we try to be different. We don't try to always have comedians on. We try to have different people
You
on.
want to have a lot of
Yeah.
variety that
Yeah.
people have liked.
The one thing
That's
that,
the one thing about podcasts that, like what you guys are doing, is like branching out beyond the comedy world.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
the marketing aspect of that.
Oh, for
because
sure.
Everyone has a certain reach, right? Like,
well, even
Yeah,
like
there is now. I feel like there's like waves even in local comedy, like
Mhm.
small. Because I think before, like I said, that was like every podcast that I was talking about, right? But then we started our podcast, and Josh Michaels and Gerardo started their podcast, and it's also really good.
Yeah, no, I
You
like.
know?
I really like theirs a lot.
There's a couple people now that just started podcasts. A lot of local comics that do
Right.
have a good idea, or like they know what they're doing. It's not like the ones I was saying, you know.
that's cool.
And then I got the chance to go to a podcast conference a couple months ago,
Uh-huh.
and it was crazy the amount of like niche markets. Like I saw this one podcast that was about this guy who used to rob banks, and he
Wait, he legit.
legit robbed banks for like 30 years, and then finally got.
Dude, I was
busted.
thinking like,
and
does that even happen anymore?
Not
at all?
anymore. It's
like
too
when's
high-tech.
like when do you think the last actual like bank
Heist.
robbery that was
early
like
2000
that?
or like no,
2000s?
not really early, maybe like late,
like
maybe
the town, like
two-
the town,
like 2008.
right? Like yeah, like I think the
Recession
town's
era,
like based on
when
like it's like
desperation
based on
was
like
at its
2008.
highest.
Yeah, I think
That movie was awesome though.
The
I
town.
loved it. Yeah.
Was that the one with
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wrote,
and,
directed, and
Jeremy
was in it.
Renner. It was great.
Shit.
But yeah, I think like there's so many more outlets for him, and then like the money that's going into like the podcast industry is crazy. Like
Oh, it's
there was
like
already
surging.
big name companies.
It's still gonna
getting
grow a
in it.
lot.
Sony just invested something like a $500,000 into podcasting, and they're like,
Fuck.
that's just this year. Well, next year we're looking to invest like double. I'm like, fuck.
What's the allure? It's just like taste changing. Like people are seeking more. Like,
I think
Radio is
people are
dying.
seeking
Radio.
entertainment in other
Radio.
forms now.
Yeah, I think just
More
like
and more every day, you know.
just
So,
like how like music, people are starting to buy like actual vinyl again or something that's
right,
tangible.
right.
With podcasts, you get such a different type of entertainment value than just TV or just and so many people commute to work, you know.
Right.
And again,
Right.
with radio dying, that like I don't know if you guys heard this is big news.
Podcast is it's like you're part of a one-sided conversation and you're enjoying it.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys
yeah.
heard, but
True.
K-Rock just laid off all their morning radio hosts.
No shit.
Bean left from Kevin and Bean. Bean left a year ago. He moved to the UK, and so Kevin was still taking part of like he was managing
Did
the
it?
whole.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
morning
I
show.
did hear that
And then
today.
Just today, they all got laid off via text or via phone call
Damn.
because they're part of the quarantine. No one's doing shows,
Right.
and so K-Rock called them all and fucking laid them all out. Laid off a whole crew.
Like we're actually gonna lay you off indefinitely.
no,
or
they're
during
fired.
the
They're
Like,
done.
they got
They're done.
fired.
They got fired.
Oh
So it seems like they're gonna take this opportunity to kind of like
Restructure.
restructure the whole
I
thing.
think K-Rock is gonna
Yeah.
go away, the name, and they're probably gonna a lot of.
Really?
Just like
They
a whole
don't even play
that's
rock
huge.
music
like a
anymore,
full
dude.
What do they
rebrand.
play?
You know?
They play, dude. Honestly,
they
they
play
play a
now?
lot of pop, a lot of like pop rock, and then like
No
a
way.
lot of techno. A lot
Yeah.
of
I've heard the
EDM
techno at
shit.
night. Like I
Yeah.
heard that at night.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's not
just-
bad though. That's
No,
pretty good.
That's pretty
But
cool.
that's why
Yeah.
they're gonna rebrand because the whole brand was rock.
Right.
Yeah, it's not really
What the
K Rock
fuck?
anymore. When they used to
Weird.
play like Nirvana and
That is
shit.
weird.
Which
They
is
used to play
crazy.
like heavy shit
Yeah.
before back way back.
Yeah.
They used
People
to
are
play
aging
heavy
out,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
People are aging
Well,
the fuck
yeah, you know,
out. Like,
Well, it's weird because like there's a huge like I don't even want to call it like I don't know what to call it like bands like the Frights, they're like post punk.
yeah, the Frights
like,
are cool.
You know,
I
things,
like
The
bands
them.
Frights are
like
I've
cool.
seen
that,
them.
you know, modern baseball, other
Right.
bands like that that are these post punk.
They get
bands.
no radio recognition.
None.
Yeah.
They're all popular through
Streaming.
streaming services.
There's streaming
Touring.
services, social media,
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, this
Fuck.
the scene is just so much bigger. There's so
Mhm.
like way more like subgenres. But a lot of them are still like really making money.
Oh,
You
for
know?
sure, they're touring. I mean, even
Yeah.
like Hobo Johnson.
Yeah.
Like that's a crazy story. Like
Yeah.
this shit blows up online because they were trying to get on NPR's Tiny
Yeah.
Desk concert. Like they really did a great job putting that video, marketing it, and now they fucking tour all the time. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
So I think like the future of rock music is
Dude,
still,
some of
like,
my favorite
undefined.
bands, no one's
Yeah,
ever heard of
Live
them,
Baby.
but they're still successful bands that like make good money.
Yeah.
You know?
make a living.
I think like the internet just gave way to that. It started with the internet.
That's
You're
kinda
just
cool,
able to
'cause, like,
hear, you know, whatever.
People are. It seems like they're just waking up to the fact that you're like being advertised to like
Yeah.
constantly.
Well, yeah, advertisements are
Regardless,
so
but-
different and personal. Like I always, for Futurama had that episode where Fry dreams the commercial, like he's
Oh,
dreaming
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
commercials in his dream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that like it's something like that is so.
I think
close to,
after
like, what we
after
have.
this whole coronavirus pandemic,
Pandemic.
pandemic goes away, it's gonna be different. A lot of things are gonna be very different.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like the way we get entertainment, the way we fucking spend money, you know, because
Mhm.
like the movie industry was dying. People going to theater and shit. It's
Yeah.
fucking dead now.
Oh.
You know?
well,
God
No,
What?
it's
So
like-
I heard something about that. What
I heard
was
that
it?
too.
I
What's
mean-
the controversy there.
Well, theaters are closed.
Oh well, yeah.
So
They're paper thin margins apparently.
So all
like-
these companies have like big budget movies that they need to release now,
Yeah.
and they had to push them, and
they're
and-
streaming them.
they don't know
on
when
this-
they're gonna
Yeah,
they're
they're
gonna
doing-
start
they're
streaming them and
streaming
shit.
them.
but that's like the
So like it's gonna be just the way we take
Release
entertainment.
content.
It's gonna change.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's been changing, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
But I don't think theaters are gonna
go away.
go out. I don't think so.
Some
I
of
mean,
them, like,
I
mom
think
and
you're
pop
right
ones could.
about what.
I think like
for
if
a
anything,
while,
AMC is gonna be left, and it's gonna be
yeah,
like
there might
fucking
be
the
it
only
might be
thing.
narrowed down, but
Yeah.
I think people still want to go to the movies. I mean, it gets you out of the fucking house.
Independent theaters have been doing really good though.
Yeah.
You know, so
There's one by my house that they only have a few theaters, but they rebranded, restructured to keep up with some of the nicer theaters, like all the ArcLight theaters. You know, all super like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, have like the reclining and heated seats
Yep.
and shit.
Yes. the bars and
Yeah, dude, some of them are getting
But-
crazy. So the other day I was at one and they had sushi. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Movie
dude, the
theater
AMC,
sushi, that's
the
gonna
new
be the new
AMC by my
thing.
house is supposed to be like crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's
Oh, the one
supposed
they're
to be-
building, right?
A lot
Still
of
rocking
them
that
are-
movie's 8 Chino pipeline, baby.
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys been to a 4DX movie?
Nah, what is that?
So 4DX, it's an interactive movie. So like, the seats are in clusters, so they're like in fours, and so the seats will actually move depending on the movement of the movie. If it's like a scene where it's like fog will actually come out of like the sides.
dude.
Or if it's like rainy, like a little
I've
bit
seen
of
that
mist
at
will come.
SeaWorld
That sounds like too much.
years ago.
Yeah,
yeah.
but now
I
they're
was like
putting
8.
them in. Now they're putting them regular. Regal
No
actually owns a
shit.
bunch of
Damn,
them.
that sounds like too much. Like I wouldn't like that.
I
If
don't
I'm
know.
like,
Shake
if I'm like,
with you and
most
shit.
of the time I go see a movie, I'm really high.
That would be awesome.
So yeah, but
I
like I think
heard-
like the first time, like if it was like a scary movie, I
Yeah.
couldn't do that.
I heard Far From Home.
Yeah,
the
little-
last-
Like I
much,
couldn't
maybe.
watch like the first
It-
time I watched The Conjuring, I
Yeah.
couldn't do that if like there's stuff happening. You know,
Shit.
like oh no.
that movie, It was one of the first scary movies that they did in that. And supposedly it was pretty cool.
Holy shit.
Spider-Man.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, Spider-Man Far From
oh.
Home. They did that in 4DX. And so people were
Oh,
like,
that sounds-
saying
oh,
was
yeah,
really
that
cool,
seems
like,
really fun.
when it's
Something
web
like that,
swinging,
yeah.
Like the chairs kind of rock with
That's
it. I'm like,
cool.
that sounds
is dope.
interesting.
And then like the fucking
'cause you get
because it has
kind of,
all the
like-
monsters that are
Yeah.
like water and fire and shit. like
that,
that.
yeah, we get heat and cold.
Yeah.
That'd be really.
That's like the
fucking
perfect
cool.
yeah,
movie
they
to
like
do it in
blow air
Spider-Man
on
movie.
you. and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
they had that at Universal Studios
Yeah, Universal.
Yeah, I have a
for like
ton
the.
of
I remember the Shrek.
the 4D
the
Shrek.
Shrek-
Oh, that was
Thing, they
awesome,
had
dude.
that. That shit
Is
was
it
cool.
true they took Shrek off Netflix recently?
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in a hot
I
minute.
honestly I
people's, like-
cannot stop watching The Office. So
No way.
I have a problem.
I'm one of the dude. It's just I
I
feel
have
like
a problem.
it really does feel like
When I
like a legit addiction.
You want to know
is.
something funny? When I
should
stopped
be
drinking,
I could at least watch a new show.
when I stopped drinking last year, I told my wife I'm gonna stop watching The Office too.
Oh shit.
And I just started watching it again.
And he was successful at the drinking.
Yeah.
He could
No, I
not,
couldn't
he
stay
could
away
not
from
give
The
up The
Office.
Office.
I
dude.
couldn't stay away.
That's fucking funny.
Dude, like I
Yeah,
watched it. I
was
watched it
fucking
really
stupid,
late.
dude. It
Like,
feels stupid.
Everybody was
Yeah.
already super into it, right? And I had never seen. I had seen a couple of episodes here and then. I thought it was funny, but then like, I started doing another job where I have a lot of downtime and I could just watch shit
Yeah.
all the time, right?
Hook me
I
up.
binged The Office in like a month, dude. Every
the
episode,
entire
dude.
thing.
I was like, I felt like my eyes were gonna fucking bleed. Dude. I was on my
Brain.
fucking phone so much.
Your
dude.
poor brain.
Like I'm pretty sure I
dude.
lost like 2 IQ points.
Yeah.
You know, because I was just in front of the fucking screen the whole
It's
time.
worth it when it gets filled with Office trivia.
That's fucking funny.
Oh,
It's
dude,
replaced with Office trivia.
Mhm.
It works.
Dude,
it works
That's
out.
what I was gonna tell you.
It's
We
a good
should go to
sacrifice.
a trivia night that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
heavy on The Office.
I
We'll
feel like as
fucking
much as I've
murder
watched it, I
that
would
shit.
still do
I know,
terribly
right? Like,
at that.
no.
Because it would be such vague
Yeah.
questions.
You know
what
what?
color was Pam's shirt in
I was-
episode 3 of season
I was at a
4?
trivia
Yeah,
thing.
When
shit
did
like
Jim
that.
write in Pam's teapot? Like shit like that.
Mm.
No, I was at a trivia the other day,
Uh-huh.
And LeBron.
and
or
one of the fucking one of the rounds was The Office. It was the whole thing was
Uh-huh.
one
What
of the
was
rounds.
one of the questions?
Dude, I got all of them. Dude.
Yeah.
I got all of them, dude. Like I didn't even think about it. I was like right away.
Well, we're gonna have to do that, Sam.
Yeah, dude. Like let's.
Where
do
was
that
this
shit.
trivia at? Which bar?
It was House of Pong.
House of
Oh,
Pong.
yeah.
You were
like
there. It was
Claremont.
during the.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
when we were doing the
For the
thing.
Is that the one on Foothill?
Yeah.
Claremont
It's on
area?
Foothill.
The owners of CK Cafe.
Yeah.
Maybe?
That guy's an
Ooh.
asshole, dude. I love him. I love
Yo,
him. He's an
okay.
asshole.
I took my homie. I took fucking Alan to CK's. I mean, he always goes, but we ordered fucking tea together, and then the lady does just not give a fuck.
The
like-
older one. Yeah.
Yeah, she
I like her.
was reading her newspaper, and then she sees us. Like she glances up and sees that we're there, and with our tea ready, like this is the one we're getting because you pick your jar.
Right.
And she looks down at her newspaper again, gets up, keeps reading it for like a good 20 seconds, as she's like placing it down, and then like kind of leans over.
She sighs.
And then she's
Hot or
like,
cold,
"Hot or
motherfucker?"
cold?" Yes, hot or cold. Honey, no honey. And I'm just like, fuck.
Hey,
That's
get your
fucking
put
funny.
put the fucking jars
But
back.
it's
Get
a
out of
great,
here.
it's a great vibe. Like that spot's
No,
cool.
I like the
And the
place.
homie was just like, yeah, fuck
we
this
used
place.
to have we used to have a live show,
Yeah.
and with our like writing meetings were there,
No
but then
shit.
it went to shit.
Yeah.
It was bullshit.
Well, on that
I
note,
think we learned from that though,
We did.
and
We
we're
did.
coming back, guys.
Yo, what about Parks
Once
and
again,
Rec?
dude, we're done. Stop bringing up new
Oh,
topics.
you're done?
I was
Let's
trying.
end this goddamn
I was trying to
podcast.
do it organically, and you kept talking,
You
dude.
just wanna
We're-
sit here and talk about cool ass shit.
All right, guys.
Bigfoot.
Do you guys have Instagrams?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, at
Plug your
Eden's
shit.
Blood. And
Eden's
follow
Blood.
at Visiodrome or band or metal band.
Visio drum.
DCO.
Visio. Cool.
VISIO.
DROME.
Cool.
And then I
Right.
have one. It's at OG period Dasani, like the water. So
That's your
OG.
Instagram?
Yeah, that's mine.
Cool.
Thanks,
I
guys.
already
That was
forgot
fun.
what it was.
That
Thank
was
you guys
fun.
for coming
Just
out.
hanging out
Cool.
with
It
us,
was
man.
really fun. I
Yeah,
liked it
thank
a
you.
lot.
And you won
Fucking-
$100.
And we
Dude.
won $100.
Yo.
Isn't that so crazy?
Check these guys out on social media. Don't forget, check out our website, completelyuseless.com. As always, you can follow us on our Instagram, Completely Useless Podcast. And then
Go to my Instagram, guys, please, and do something there. Cause I'm pretty sure Instagram's like fucking with me.
Poke him.
you're getting
I'm getting
fucking
shadow banned, dude.
Shadow banned.
Really?
I had a
We're
good
doing so
amount.
good.
I had a good amount of like profile views and shit, and like views on my stories and shit.
Nice.
It was like building up, and then all of a sudden, dropped all the way, like from one day to another.
Conspiracy.
Fucking no profile views,
weird.
They know
no
what's up,
fucking.
dog.
Zero?
They fucking know.
It like 18
Oh, whoa.
in 7 days.
That's weird.
Which is like it was way more before,
Right.
and then like from one day to another too. It's not like it was a gradual, slowdown. You
Yeah.
know, whatever. Like my shit, please.
Get
Let's
'em
fight the
unbanned.
Instagram algorithm or whatever.
I
We're not
do-
gonna let Skynet go live. All right,
Fucking guy.
all right.
All right, thank you guys for listening.
I don't know what the fuck
See
I'm
you next
talking about.